Welcome to the Afterspin, opinions from thought leaders in our state. I want to ask Brad Crone and Beavon Gravely. The Kavanaugh Supreme Court confirmation hearings occupied the news cycle for more than a week, and at the end of the process, both Republicans and Democrats claimed victory, accusing the other side of misconduct, Democrats, because they believed it showed a flawed process where Republican Senate leaders just crammed this down the throats of the rest of the members, and the Republicans are boasting of victory because they say the Democrats acted so badly and were even called a mob in trying to defeat Kavanaugh. How did this play out in North Carolina? Beavon?
Well, I know for a fact my family was glued to C-SPAN, and every conversation started with, have you seen the Kavanaugh hearings? Have you seen this? And I don't think that that is outside of what other people were saying. A lot of conversations that I had to do with, did you think that she was credible? Did you think he was credible? There was a lot of conversation about Dr. Ford.
How about Lindsey Graham, for God's sake?
Exactly. And it was a lot of conversation about Dr. Ford and Kavanaugh, but not a lot about the merits of being a Supreme Court justice. It was a lot about the spectacle that happened.
Interesting. Focused more on personalities. Brad, your take?
No, absolutely. I think Anna Beavon's correct in that. It was a personality-driven process and debate. Did I find Dr. Ford credible? Yes, I did. Did it raise the awareness of the hurt and the anguish that victims of sexual violence go through? Yes. Does it change the rules on how we approach it, the Me Too movement? Yes. Was Dr. Kavanaugh believable in his defense? Yes. Was he angry? And does that raise questions about judicial temperament? The answer would be yes. It was just a gut-wrenching process that we went through. One thing that is interesting to me as I watch it as an independent is the Republicans do not have any problem using their power to push through their judicial nominations. Democrats, on the other hand, are a lot more squishy.
There's a current issue with that for someone to be appointed to a U.S. District Court that the ABA has said was unqualified.
Absolutely.
But he's coming through.
One other thing, in watching the Sunday morning talk shows last week, I found Mitch McConnell really interesting in that there's still a real acidic taste in the mouths of a lot of people, is that President Obama, duly elected, nominated an open, very qualified candidate from the D.C. circuit, Merrick Garland.
Yeah.
And to the court, and they never, ever gave the guy a single hearing. And I think a lot of that anger spilled out into the Kavanaugh process.
And here he was pontificating as if he was the most self-righteous person in the whole world about how the Democrats, and
I'll say this, Kavanaugh, watching his speech during the public ceremony, I found very credible. And I was very appreciative of the fact of him saying, I realize this has been a bruising process. We've got to heal the nation, and I'm going to be a judge for everybody.
He went overboard, I thought, a little bit with some of his anger.
He admitted that in the Wall Street Journal.
If this had happened with you, you probably would feel the same way too. Back to the issue of personalities. It wasn't just Kavanaugh and Ford. It was the members of the Senate Judiciary Committee who became real personalities during this.
Cory Booker, Lindsey Graham.
Projectiles.
Over and over and over again. Nobody knew who these folks were before. Now all of a sudden they're household names in America.
Thank you, SNL, for that.
Yeah, there you go. That's right.
Yes,
Saturday Night Live. Oh, how rich. Well, thank you for watching the Afterspin. We'll have more video all during the week on ncspin.com.